Hi, today's video is about polyphonics on the violin. A lot of people have asked about how do you approach polyphonics on a violin because, well, it's tough enough to play one line of counterpoint or melody on a violin, let alone two, three, four. So how do we begin that? Well, it really is about being able to carry several voices in your mind at once. I'm not talking about hearing voices in your head. I'm just talking about actually consciously following or controlling several voices at once. Okay, so an easy way to start about it is to start with Kreutzer 32. Okay, this is the one with the downward scales. Okay, and if you're not used to it, I would say to slowly start with one eighth note per bow. And you really want to feel how your elbows move and everything to keep a nice relaxed form and the relationship together. So, see the elbow moves with the forefinger. And so on and so forth, and to feel everything in both arms, because that coordination is going to lead to the next part, which is where you start doing 2 notes per bow. And keeping everything nice and smooth. That's important because the next one you want to do is 3 notes per bow, which starts to just get straight intonation. And so on and so forth. Then 4 notes per bow, okay, and then as written. After you do that, the one thing you want to do is keep concentrating on the physical motion of it, okay, because you need that to be really, really subconscious before you really go into polyphonic music, okay. Now, introduction to polyphonic music, go straight to Kreutzer number 38, 38, okay. Now, you'll want to write this down if you haven't been exposed to this before. The first thing you do is split it into little phrases. I like to start with the first 4 bars. And with those first 4 bars, you do this 7 different ways. The first one is you sing and play the top line alone. The second one you do is sing and play the bottom line. Then you sing the top, play the bottom. Fourth one is you sing the bottom, play the top. Fifth one is you play both, sing the top. Sixth one is you play both, sing the bottom. And seventh one, you play both and you sing both in your head. Now, when I say sing in your head, okay, it's basically like singing out loud, except you don't open your mouth. And now here's the thing. Whenever you sing, make sure the singing is ahead of the violin playing, okay? You never want the violin playing to be ahead of the singing. Now, if your violin playing is out of tune with the singing, adjust the violin playing, not the singing. Okay, that's really tough to do, and you'll know you're doing it right if within the first few minutes you are sweating profusely, because the amount of blood going to your brain when you're doing this is going to be incredible. That's when you know you're doing it right at first, okay? Once you get used to it, it's going to be easy for you. You'll get used to it, and it'll be just second nature. But first time you're doing this, it'll be quite an interesting experience. Okay, so what I mean by singing and playing. So number 1, first 4 bars, and we sing. Find the pitch. La, okay, and we're gonna sing ahead. La, la, la. Now you hear it several times. I was out of tune between my singing and my violin playing. I'm trying to adjust my violin playing to my singing. I might be singing out of tune. That's not ideal, but you want to try to be able to adjust the sound coming from your violin, the pitch coming from your violin, to the pitch of your voice. Even if you sing completely out of tune, you want to be able to have this skill. So keep going on this, and by the way, the top line is more difficult than the bottom line. That's why I start with it. so that you go from hard, easy, hard, easy, hard, easy, all the way down. Okay? Now, again, the first one is you sing the top, play the top. Second one is you sing the bottom and play the bottom. Third one is you sing the top, play the bottom. The fourth one is you sing the bottom, play the top, and then you play both, sing the top, play both, sing the bottom, and then you play both and in your head sing both. Okay? So what does this look like? At first, when you start putting together, like say when you get to number 5, okay, the fifth one, and of course you always want to have yourself all lined up, okay, with the scroll facing the margin of the music. When you first start doing this, go ahead, split your bow into the quarter note values. Okay, because it's just easier to handle, you have less things to worry about. Later on, after you've done all 7 steps, you can go back and start doing as it's written by the half note values. Okay, and then once you start doing that, you can start to interpret it for when you have a quarter note accompanying a moving line or an eighth note accompanying a moving line. You can start doing different expressive things and whatnot, and this really helps to start carrying 2 voices at once. Once this AT becomes easy, you start moving forward, carrying 3, 4 voices at once until you start doing like really properly doing solo Bach. In that case, you're carrying all the voices at once, all 4 or more at once, and your music will start to make more sense. I hope this was helpful. Again, if I said anything contrary to what your own teacher is saying, ignore me, do what your teacher is asking. Okay, cheers.